Hey, everybody, and welcome back. So, this is midweek motivation plus pregnancy confession plus thoughts from a first time mom. Our quote that we're jumping off of today is "We have nothing to fear but fear itself." And that comes from Franklin D. Roosevelt in his 1933 inaugural address. He was saying this in regards to the financial situation during the Great Depression. At that time, America had already been in the Great Depression for about 3.5 years. A lot of people had a lot of unrest and were unsure about the future. So I was thinking about this in regards to pregnancy, things that are coming up. I'm 30 weeks pregnant. So, we are 3/4 of the way there. And thinking about how within 7 to 10 weeks, Isaac is going to be here. I am a first time mom. I'm 38 years old, and this scares the bejeebies out of me because I have no idea how my labor is going to go. I'm hoping and praying that everything goes fine, that there's no issues with preeclampsia, that there's no issues of him being breech, that he's, perfectly fine, that it's an easy breezy, here we go, here comes baby type situation. But there's always in the back of my mind that, things could not go the way that I'm hoping. Things could just go sideways. And I know that we're not supposed to live in a spirit of fear. But I can't help but have those thoughts in the back of my mind. What if he has shoulder dysplasia? What if when it's time for my placenta to detach and come out, that I don't have a uterine rupture? What if my blood pressure spikes and I have a stroke? What if I have a brain aneurysm? What if this? What if that? What if this? So a way to alleviate my fears for me is to overly plan. That may seem like so weird for some people, but I'm a type A planner. I am planning that everything is going to go perfectly smooth. However, I am also thinking about what if things go south? What can I do to prepare not only me, but also my household for that situation? Well, confession, on my cell phone, in my notes, I have made up a just in case situation. And I talked to Josh about it, and he's like, we're not discussing this. And I was like, I understand, but I want you to know where it is just in case. And it's kind of things like, if things go bad and I'm no longer on earth with you, these are what I want for my end of life celebration. We'll put it that way. And I know that sounds weird. It sounds almost morbid, but I know in the gamut of things, if something would happen to me, that I would, perish, which could happen, that I want that to be the last thing that I can do to show Josh that I love him, is to alleviate that stress of making those arrangements, making those plans, trying to figure out what I would want. Other things that I've kind of been thinking about and been preparing. What if Isaac has some sort of learning disability? What if Isaac has some sort of physical disability that's not showing up? I've already kind of mentally prepared, physically prepared in a way, and emotionally prepared somewhat. But thinking about, is it where I can stay home? Josh and I have talked about that several times, because my heart's desire is to raise Isaac and possibly homeschool, hopefully homeschool, just because I want him to have the best of everything that I can possibly give him. Public school, there are things that I love about public school, and then there are things that I disagree with about public school. And I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not going to, I'm not going to have anybody coming at me in the comments about how, X, Y, or Z, that homeschool kids are isolated. It's a growing thing in our community. There are a lot of parents who have chosen to homeschool their children so that they're not exposed to things that they do not want them to be exposed to. I've also been thinking about things in the far future as far as, preparing him for whether or not, if he so chooses to go to college or if he so chooses to go into the trades. I am pro trade, pro blue collar, pro professionalism. So, if he wants to go to college, I will back him 127,000%. If he wants to go into the trades, I will back him 127,000%. But I want my son to thrive and flourish in whatever profession he so chooses. And I want my son to be able to read and write, do arithmetic, do math, science, social studies, things like that. Things that I know that are important, not only just for his mental knowledge and well-being, but I want him to be able to be well informed and be able to do critical thinking skills. Because there's a lot of things that are coming out in the media and on social media and things like that I want him to be able to go, wait, that doesn't sound right. Let me start doing my own research and learn that you don't go to just one source, but you go to multiple sources to find out the information to make sure that it's verified and it's trustable. There are things that I've thought about, now. I've already started praying for his wife, if that's the way that life goes. Praying that he has a healthy family and that he not only knows love, but also shows love to everyone around him. I know that these may seem so trivial to some people, but like I said, I'm a type A personality. I plan, way far ahead, and I'm hoping for the best. I don't know what the future holds. I honestly don't, but I want the absolute best for my child, as does every other parent, in the world. We want the best for our children. We want our children to survive, and not only survive, but thrive. And we want them to be successful in all aspects of life, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. We want them to be able to be self-sufficient in all aspects of life. I want my son to be able to know how to grow a garden. I want my son to know how to hunt, how to fish, how to do things. I want him to know how to, identify trees. I want him to be able to, know that when you put these two items, let's say vinegar and baking soda together, that there's a chemical reaction and what that chemical reaction means. I want my kid to know as much as possible in the funnest way. But first we got to get through the next 7 to 10 weeks. And we also have to get through birth. We also have to get through, coming home. We have to get through all these things of me learning how to be the best mom to him that I can be. And I've had so many people who have told me, Tori, you are going to be a wonderful mother. They've told Josh, you guys are going to be great parents. And it's scary and it's exciting that people have that much faith in us that we are going to do the best job that we can. It's scary to the aspect of, what if we fail? I do not want to fail, not necessarily other people, but I don't want to fail Isaac as a child. But I was thinking about all this, my mind is like spaghetti. One thought leads into another, leads into another, leads into another. And this quote came roaring back to me. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. So I'm like, you know what, Tora? I need to put those fears away. I need to give them to God and just let go. And just realize that one day at a time, one step at a time, one new experience at a time. Because if I try to, take a big bite and take 18 years worth of worry and shove them into 5 minutes, I'm going to go crazy. So one fear at a time. And I have nothing to fear but fear itself. What a great thought. So no matter what you are facing, whether it's a new challenge, a new chapter in life, a new development, maybe it's going back to school. Maybe it's going to become a parent for the first time. Maybe it's becoming a grandparent or a new aunt or a new uncle, or it's you're changing jobs or you're having a new life experience. Just remember that we have nothing to fear but fear itself. Alrighty, guys, that's what I got this week. You all are beautiful or handsome just the way you are. Just the way you are. And you're not alone when things just seem to be crashing down on you with all these new experiences and not knowing exactly how things are going to go. So it kind of puts you in a little bit of an anxiety state. I can get there pretty quick, but I do know that we don't have to live in fear, and we can just take it one step at a time. Okay. I care for you guys. That's why, I share these, thoughts and things with you just to make sure that you guys understand that it's okay, that we're all together. All right. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And one last thing, guys. Love you.